Life can change in a second. Get disability cover from Momentum. 8 years ago, 24-year-old Andrew Merryweather had a good job as a restaurant manager and he was engaged to be married. But his life changed literally overnight when he stopped late one night at a petrol station and was severely attacked and beaten.
I landed up in this chair after a night out with my brother and a work colleague. I don't remember all the details of the event, but 8 boys accosted us, and through witness accounts, I bared the brunt of the assault. I woke up paralysed from the chest down in hospital. And I was what they call a tetraplegic, so it was a C6 break. I only had function of my right hand, and the prognosis was that I was never going to walk again and I would never improve. The operation to stabilize my neck, they had to use some of my right hip bone and a titanium plate. But the hard work really started after the operation when I started going to rehab. Medical aid, I run through this in my mind all the time. I didn't have medical aid. I thought, being young, I don't need to worry about that. And I think so many young South Africans think like that. They think nothing's going to go wrong. I did have a couple of policies out, and I can remember it like it was the other day, sitting in the office going through the forms, and my financial advisor at the time saying, you don't need to tick the disability block, it's fine, you're young. And life changes in a second, doesn't it? It could be so different now. If I had ticked that block, I would have been able to afford the best therapies out there.
With no financial cover, the family had to start a rehabilitation fund to pay for the therapy Andrew needed. He endured months of rehabilitation to learn how to adapt to a more physically limited life and is constantly searching for new ways to improve his circumstances.
I always get asked, how's life changed? What challenges have I faced now that I'm in the chair? And I always like to say, you know, what hasn't changed? Everything has changed. Even a tiny little thing like making a cup of coffee. I have to use this claw and see in the kitchen drinking the coffee, because I mean you can't wheel and drink the coffee. I have to make sure that everything's on a low level so that I can reach it. And when I go out, I always have to phone ahead if it's a new place that I'm going to make sure that it's wheelchair accessible. And life really, in terms of where you go and your social environment, it really shrinks. It really does. No one wants to be in a situation like this, I don't think, if they're truly honest with themselves. But the great thing about being in a situation like this now, in today's times, is technology allows us to do anything. I've recently adapted my car. The other thing that technology has allowed me to do is I've progressed into therapy with the walking device now. Technology and therapy, hand in hand, there's definitely bright futures on the horizon for people that are in situations like mine.
Physical rehabilitation therapy for people with spinal cord injuries teaches patients how to work with a wheelchair and how to use other parts of their body to compensate for limbs they can't use or feel. Andrew is paralyzed in his legs, so supported walking therapy helps to stop his muscles from atrophying and strengthens his core muscles. But the feeling of once again being upright pushed Andrew to investigate how modern technology could help him walk outside of the therapy room.
So earlier this year, I had the opportunity to go over to the UK, and I went over to a little town called Ottenham to try an exoskeleton walking suit, which is phenomenal. It's fantastic. While I was there, an American company invited me down to Cambridge to try their suit, and we've actually brought an exo walking suit back to Cape Town, to South Africa, which is sitting over there in the chair there. It's a phenomenal piece of technology. It allows you to stand and walk indefinitely. I'm loving it. My hope with the exoskeleton walking suits is I don't think the technology is here yet that we're going to throw our wheelchairs away, but it certainly allows us to remember what it's like in terms of balance and walking, keep our body in optimum condition so that when the cure does come out eventually, and it will come out very soon, we're able to take full advantage of the cure and walk and get out of our wheelchairs.
The sci-fi looking exoskeleton has battery-powered legs that provide the power for Andrew's legs. People in wheelchairs suffer health problems like bone atrophy, poor circulation and social isolation. The exoskeleton could change all that.
Andrew's cardiovascular and his blood circulation have improved dramatically since walking in the suit. He feels a lot better after a day of walking in the suit. He sleeps better at night, And we're hoping that with the use of the exosuits, patients that are in the actual acute phase of their rehab, that these suits will probably benefit them the most.
Andrew is a test case for the exoskeleton in South Africa, and he loves the freedom that the suit gives him.
Every time I get up and I stand in this exo, it's just, you can be having the worst day, and when you stand up and you're part of the world again, it's incredible. Your day just gets better, you feel better, it feels like you can take on the world again. It really is so difficult to put into words what the feeling is like, standing up and being able-bodied again. I've had such a fantastic time in this suit that sort of my short-term goal is I really would like other people in similar situations to me to be able to use this and try this. The message I'd like to leave with everyone is everyone has their down days and they feel depressed at times, but with the right attitude and a positive outlook on life, you can achieve absolutely anything.
Andrew has gone back to work and continues to motivate others with his message of perseverance and courage. He used the exoskeleton to take part in the Cape Times Big Walk last November and is determined to live as full a life as possible. Too young to become disabled? Get disability cover from Momentum.